Autofocus, autofocus. Panasonic, work on your autofocus. Oh, what a throw. And you try for the Reds. Okay, welcome. Today, we are What a horrible opening. Wow. Let's try that again. Welcome back to another episode of Deep Bridge Bingeables. I am your host, Nick Williams, and today we're going to quickly get into Stranger Things, bringing back, drumroll, new Coke. If you've never seen this content, this is the first time you've seen it, Deep Bridge Bingeables are basically the fast feed of what's going on in the marketing and business world. This kind of content, we're going to make a playlist and we're just going to keep doing this. We're going to watch the feedback. We'll take any sort of input. And if you have any good stories, send it to us and we'll cover it. But for now, we're going to keep it under 5 minutes. That's my promise to you. Almost always go over 5 minutes, but it's about that long. And we'll talk about topical things that are happening, how they can apply to you, and just some interesting stuff. So we're going to talk about Stranger Things, whole other piece of content we're going to do about that later. The choice of Netflix to make their content bingeable by publishing it all at once. But to talk about what they did, it's really interesting, and I'll actually link to this website. Vox has a really good article, and then I'll also link to an article I wrote last year talking about the kind of what happened with the new Coke launch. So if you don't know the story, what happened was right before the 100th landmark of the Coke formula. Coke's been around forever, and it's one of the most recognized brands in the world, in the United States especially. But Coke has been playing in the cola world for as long as 2 lifetimes, 2 generations. So basically what happened, it was the 99th year in the 80s, new Coke got released. They just decided that based on taste tests, this is when taste tests really blew up. It was because of this launch that taste tests really grew, and they decided to just launch a new formula. And there is a lot of reasons why I tend to think that this is very interesting, especially as someone who does market research here at Deep Bridge Consulting. But what they basically did, and give me some rope, story in a nutshell, 10,000 foot view, what they did is they took their market research and they just followed it out the window. They were like, look, this is beating Pepsi, because Pepsi was relatively a little bit newer, and they were eating into their market share. And what they noticed was, this was before the concept of cannibalization was huge. Cannibalization was huge. And what they noticed was every time they released Coke, so Cherry Coke was new, but it was taken away from normal Coke. And every time they launched something like that, it was eating the Coke market share. And in that time, before there was a whole bunch of media and content that you can get creative with, saying things like, we are the most sold and consumed, just prototypical brand of soda. That was huge. So Pepsi could say that without being sued. Well, that was huge. And they started to be able to do that because Coke got a little bit broad with their product line. And what they did was they just followed the taste test out the window. What Stranger Things did, they partnered with Coke. And this is why it's topical, because Stranger Things is about to come out. So they partnered with Coke, and they are selling merchandise talking about new Coke, which is super interesting and a brand choice all in itself. Why would Coke do this? It's a little bit like it's making fun. And why it even is relevant is because a character on Stranger Things says he loves new Coke. And that's why they did it. And it's just another way for Coke to talk about their brand, to get the conversation out there. I personally think a little bit to poke at fun at themselves, and you can actually purchase the product. So I'm actually going to make some more content about this. I think this is a fascinating topic, and it's on limited edition. So I'll link to it. It's not like an affiliate link or anything. I don't know what it tastes like. It's kind of hard to get. Personally, I think it's going to taste like shit, but we'll see. And I got a shirt too, so I'll be coming live to you with some goofy attire and I'll do a taste test myself, and just look out for that content. I think it'll be really cool. But yeah, I think what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good call? Do you think they're playing up on nostalgia? Do you think that just the deal was too sweet from Stranger Things and they were like, look, let's just partner up? I tend to think that I like to throw in my own 2 cents here as the market researcher in the room. I think that something like this is smart for Stranger Things. I don't know. I mean, look, they just made $55 off of me, off a t-shirt and some soda. So I could be wrong, but it's selling. But I don't think that, I get what they're doing. I think I get what they're doing. Obviously, I don't work there, and I can't tell you insider information, but I think that this seems like kind of a cheap stunt for Coke, in my opinion. I don't know that this is necessarily going to do a lot for their brand, unless their deal is really sweet on Coke's end and Stranger Things is paying them a lot. Who knows? Maybe they're banking off the fact that Stranger Things audience will understand the joke, and maybe in the episodes and the seasons it'll actually play out. And I think that's what they're banking on. Again, it worked on me because I want to test it and do a taste test, so I'll be doing that for you guys, but that's where it kind of ends. It's just really, really, really interesting play, and I think you should go check it out. I'll send you the links, and yeah, I'll send the link to the article that I wrote back, and be on the lookout for some I think interesting, it'll be pretty funny content. I've had New Coke one time, but that was in market research that I was running for Deep Ridge to prove a point, to talk about the dangers of market research. So if you guys have any suggestions, send them my way as normal. I'm your host, Nick Williams of Deep Ridge Bingeables. Be sure to keep binging on one of these. One day I'll put some cards up here if you're watching to the end. Thanks. Really appreciate you. And yeah, let us know what you think, and we'll do any other, article or content you ask. But yeah, see you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Click one of these things if there's something right here. Otherwise, I'll just do a little whatever this is. All right, see you guys.